Hey, CDA, and today we're taking a look at Fog Piercer, which is basically the game that you get if you have slay the spire and into the breach have a baby and then put it on a train. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, well, it's a roguelike deck builder combat game. And I'll just show you because that's way easier to explain it. But this is actually a really fun game and it has some kind of nice things to keep you busy for quite a while. Now, we are going to be playing as a train, and the train will have wagons, and you can actually switch those up, which is how you make your runs very... This is a roguelike after all, so you're going to do multiple runs. There's different commanders that you can pick, or drivers in this case, for your train. There is different locomotives that you can unlock. As you can see, I've been actually playing this for quite a while already, and I still don't have the other ones unlocked. There's different carriages that you can pick. Now, I'm actually going to go with the protector as well as the minigun. I really like the minigun over the artillery, but you can add more carriages to your train as you play the game. There's all kinds of different things you can unlock, different cards, different modules, and different difficulties that you can play at. But let's just get started and let me show you what the game looks like. Now we're going to be driving into the fog, and the fog has dangers, but luckily we have ammo and ammunition, and that's the same thing. But anyway, we can defend ourselves, which is what we are going to be doing. Now this game is actually pretty hard, at least that's my experience so far. Maybe I'm just bad, I don't know. But we are going to be allowed to pick an upgrade at the beginning of the game. Now, we can either increase the health of our locomotive, which makes it easier to, actually stay alive. We can take one of these two cards, which honestly, both of them I'm not particularly interested in. Or we can get a luggage extension, which means we get a +1 to our hand size, which honestly I think is just really good. So that's what we're going to pick. You can also, by the way, switch the order of your trains, which does matter, as you will see in a second. But I like the order that we are currently in. Now, we're going to be going across the map over here. And you can see that we don't know these two enemies, but there are enemies that we have encountered before. And each of the heroes, each of the drivers of the game does have a preferred enemy. So if you defeat that, then there's a special achievement unlock associated with that. So basically, now I'm playing with this driver, I want to try to find one of those unknown ones because, well, I already know that this one is not the one she's looking for. We're going to travel through 3 different zones. Each one has its own levels and each one has its own modifiers. You can see we have multiple random encounters, but less canyons here. More discounted carriages over here, or the same thing over here. However, there's also other rewards we get for completing this. We will get this module, draw an extra card at the beginning of a fight, which is actually kind of nice. We can get the kinetic transfer, so we can... this is actually one of the bad ones, I think, but this allows you to ram stuff with your train more efficiently. Or we can go for the lane call. Now let's go for this one. The extra card could be kind of nice. There's going to be more cliffs and discounted carriages, all of which, honestly, I think are pretty good things. Now, the individual levels are the ones that you can see over here. We can pick initially between a couple of normal fights. They have modifiers as well. We're going to go for the extra scrap one, mostly because that's also going to lead us to a convoy over here. Although if we took the top route, it would be pretty much the same thing. Now, I don't know why these ones don't have a modifier and these ones do, but considering these are all positive modifiers, I think the bottom right is probably going to be the best one. Now, you can see what the layout is going to be. You can see your enemies. But for the moment, we're just gonna jump in because I want to show you what the actual game looks like. Now, the first couple of levels are going to be pretty easy. But trust me, it's going to get a lot harder from here. So, you can see the order in which the enemies are going to attack you. So, 1, 2, 3. That matters because they are initially primed to attack my train over here. But if I move them around, for example, then they might be attacking each other because of that. So you can take advantage of that as well. Let's see, what can we do? We have a total of 5 action points. We have these cards available. We have shields that will allow us to, shield our train. We can move our train back and forth as well. That does cost energy as well. And it will cost more energy the more you move. But if I, for example, move just 1 step to the front, then that will take me out of range. So I can do this, for example, and this one will now be shooting at nothing. What I can also do is use my minigun ability. Now the minigun doesn't only do 1 damage, but it will also apply destabilize on the enemy. And what does that mean? The next time it will take damage, it will automatically move 1 space back. This is irrelevant, as you will see in a second. Now we also have the shield that has a give 1 shield to a unit that only has a limited range. So this is why my protector thing is in the middle, so it can actually reach all my carriages for the moment. But it also has the cost down. So if I play other cards, every time I play a card, this one will be reduced in value. And because of these types of interactions, you really need to pay attention what you play in what order. Now, let's see. We're going to shoot at this once. Now it's destabilized. So the next time I shoot at it, it will also move a step back. There we go. Now I can shoot at it a 3rd time, and then its body will crash into this one over here. So that is a nice little effect. So this one also takes an additional damage. Now I can just play my shields, they won't actually do anything. But you might as well play it because there's like unlocks and achievements and stuff to get for playing cards and doing shields and stuff like that. But now you can see this one will shoot into nothing. This one wasn't actually shooting to begin with. So we will actually take 0 damage. Now this countdown that's happening over here is in this case a rebar pillar, some sort of obstruction that is going to move through this entire column. So any of the enemies that are in that row once this turn starts will get damaged by that. So if we could move them around to affect that, that will be a way to handle that. Now what I'm actually going to do instead is I'm going to shoot you, and that will kill you. Actually what we can do is just shoot them twice. There we go. And they're dead. And we survived another round. Now we didn't take any damage, so we'll actually get a little bit of extra scrap from that. We also did it with 5 turns remaining, so we get some scrap from that. And this is basically the money of the game. Now every round you will get a couple of rewards as well. We can add a card to our deck. Now let's see. Hot Cask is kind of nice. It will allow us to draw 2 cards, so it's super expensive, but it will also reduce in cost every time we play another card. Now for the moment I don't think we want to pick this up, maybe later. We also have Suppressive Fire, which is an AoE damage. It has a very limited target range, but it does hit 3 tiles at the same time, which could be really nice. Honestly, Panzerdome is also really good. This will discard all the blue cards, but it will give all of my carriages 1 shield. I'm gonna go with the Suppressive Fire for now. Let's get some bonus scrap and let's continue on. Now the next level is going to be a convoy level. Now in this level there's either going to be a convoy that we need to destroy or one that we need to protect. In this case we need to destroy this thing. Now this is not going to be attacking us, so it's not going to do us any harm. However, if we kill all the enemies before we kill this, then that's not really going to help us because this guy is just going to flee. So that is something to take into consideration. Now, what do we do about this? I could do my Suppressive Fire over here. This will actually take out 2 guys. That might actually not be that bad. It's 2 damage. It's going to take out that support unit that was doing something. I think it was a repair unit. Actually forgot to check. You can't click on the enemies, by the way, and see exactly what they do. So this one is going to ram, for example. That also means that it's going to move into that space. So what we can actually do is move to the front. Let's see. This one will move first, and then this one will ram into it. So they will actually do damage to each other. So all I need to do is move up my train. Well, if I kill this guy, this one will already be dead, actually. Is it more beneficial not to kill him in that case? Probably. So what I can actually do is this. Now this is a heavy unit, by the way, so even though it's destabilized, I don't think it's actually going to be moving. Nope. But what I can just do is kill it. There we go. It will do 1 damage to this one as well, and then shield my thing so I don't take any damage, and then end the turn and watch these things happening. So this one is going to move in here, and then the other one is going to ram it. I was actually expecting those things to damage each other. Why didn't that not happen? Oh, because... Actually, I don't know. Let me check out. I was totally expecting those things to kill each other. I'm not entirely sure why that didn't happen. However, it's not gonna be a problem, because what we can just do is this. And that will take care of that. That one will take care of that. And then we'll just move the train back out of range for this one. And that's another obstruction that didn't hit anything. Kind of weird. Not sure. Maybe the bikes don't do enough because they're small. They don't actually do enough damage to the big one, or did it take damage? I don't know. I'm talking and playing at the same time. That's always a problem. Anyway, that one is dead now for sure. And we did take some damage. We took shield damage, which does count, so we don't actually get the bonus this time around. That's a little bit unfortunate. But because we destroyed a convoy, we get a module. Now, this actually doesn't go in my deck. This is kind of the relic type of thing that you see in a lot of roguelikes. This is just a bonus that we get. So let's see. We gain 2 HP if the locomotive has 1 HP at the beginning of a player turn. You can actually kind of game around this and see if you can just keep your locomotive at 1 HP for the entire game, and that will get you a massive bonus. However, it's also a very fragile state to be in. This one is actually really nice. So give 1 shield to the locomotive every 3 turns if not already shielded. Now this is something you do need to pay attention to, because it's kind of hard to tell when it will trigger, unless you're specifically paying attention to that. But you can play around it because you get free shields. Okay, so let's see. We are going to go into the next fight. And the fights will get progressively harder. I mean, now we already have 4 enemies and they all have a pretty decent amount of HP. And they're also all going to be shooting at me. This one is going to ram. That's going to move into that space. And then this one is going to shoot at that. So if I move up 2 spaces, I would actually have them hit each other. Now, what do I do with all my other actions? If I move up 2 spaces, that's going to cost me 3 energy. I can still shoot twice. Yeah, actually, that might be really nice. Hold on. So let's do this. And we can kill you. There we go. And now hopefully these guys will actually damage each other. Yeah, okay. So he did shoot that one now. Okay. Honestly, I'm not sure that was the best way to go, but we'll deal with it. So we can do our suppressive fire. It's going to hit 2 things and destabilize both of them. And now, because we did enough damage, we have unlocked our special ability over here. This is kind of like an emergency button. You get a special card that is usually a stun of some sort, of some really powerful ability typically that you want to use in emergency situations. I don't think we're quite there yet, but we can do this. So because that was already destabilized, it moved him back 1 spot as well. And now if we hit you twice, you will be dead as well, and you will not be doing anything. But let's just shield because we can. There we go. And as you can see, I've been playing this game for a little while, so decision making definitely took me a lot longer in the early games that I played. Now let me know in the comments, do you like roguelikes? I don't think I've shown a lot of those on the channel yet, so leave me a like and subscribe to the channel and do all the YouTuber things that I always forget to ask about. Please do, it does help. And we're gonna add a card to the deck. So we can draw 2 cards for 1 energy and then discard 1. This can be really good depending on what modules we get. We haven't really gotten very strong modules so far. Discard all cards in your hand and draw as many. This is kind of like a redraw. Shield Revenge can be really good. It ignores your shields and then does damage to the enemy depending on how much shields it has, +1. So it's a 1 damage guarantee. I'm gonna pick this up. It's a bit situational, so I'm not too happy about it, but for the moment it is fine, I think. And we're gonna arrive at the central station. Now this is kind of the halfway point for a zone. And we're going to get some special upgrades here as well. Okay, so we can repair our train. Not really needed, but it's free, so we can do it anyway. We can activate a module. So this is the reward we got for this zone. So we are going to draw an extra card at the beginning of the fight. So, you know, that's kind of nice. We can modify 1 random card. Okay. This is interesting. So this will add the cost down effect to the suppressive fire. but it's also going to cost 1 more. So as long as we don't play it first, but that's typically what we want to do because we can hit 3 units at the same time. Yeah, let's see. We can also get the cost down thing on the shield revenge, which also actually that might be pretty decent. We're not going to be playing that first anyway, and if we play 2 cards before this one, it's going to be free. Or we can upgrade our shields to be a 2 shield. Actually, I kind of like this one. This will just make a card that we're probably going to be using anyway better. We're going to pick a cargo card and then continue. Now, this is going to go in our deck, so we do need to be a little bit aware of that. Now, we have loose cargo, which is disposable, permanently removed from the deck on use. But that does mean we don't get the scrap value for delivering it, so that's something to take into consideration. We can also damage ourselves. But that will get it out of our hands. Otherwise, it's going to be stuck in here. Or we can just do batteries, and that will decrease our movement cost by 1 AP. But this is also the least valuable because it's obviously the best one to have in your deck. Let's go for that one. Let's play it safe. Now we can upgrade a carriage, and we can also buy a carriage, which we have enough scrap to do both. So let's add the artillery into our. The buy button is over here. I was expecting it to come from over here, and then it just drove in anyway. And I think we want to have the protector unit in the middle because we have some additional shields coming from this thing already. And then we're going to upgrade something. Now, this is going to add new cards to our deck as well, by the way. I think we're going to upgrade the minigun. And let's see. We can either increase the health of our train. We can add the ratata. This deals 1 damage to all units in range, which are a lot, and apply destabilize, though is extremely expensive, but it will reduce in cost as we play more cards. Could be interesting. Or we can just do precision shots, and that is going to deal 2 damage. I've never actually played with this card. Let's try it out. This might be a very short run, but anyway. So we got the card modification reward. We also got the resupply. We bought a new carriage to our train. And as you can see, because we have a longer train, we actually also get an increase to our hand size now. So we're going to be able to play. We have more cards in our deck, so that kind of pollutes the pool. But we also will be able to pick more cards as a result. Now, let's see. The bottom route here will allow us to go past a shop, but I just spent all my money, so I don't think that makes sense. We have a convoy here and a convoy here, so I'm gonna go at least for this one. There's a random encounter here as well. Not sure if that's gonna be interesting. It tends to be a good thing, by the way, the random encounters, but the convoy, I really like building a relic deck. It's not relics, it's what are these things called again? Modules. I really like building those. Okay, but we do need to make sure we kill this one before we kill everything else. At least we need to have something alive before we kill it. Sadly, we didn't get the ratata. However, what we can do is this. Now, that one was shielded, so that's a little bit unfortunate. That's because this one is here. But if we kill this one, it will hit this one, and then that one will hit that one. So before we do that... actually, no, this should be fine. Okay. And then we have 4 energy left, so let's make sure we spend that wisely. Actually, I should have used probably the shield revenge. That could have instantly killed this one. Oh well. I thought of that a little bit too late. The artillery, however, is also kind of nice. So right now I don't have a good use for it, but it will knock back enemy units as well. And you can actually knock them into a cliff that we have over here. But I would have to shoot myself by doing that, so that's not what we're going to be doing, obviously, hopefully. It's also a little bit more expensive. But this works just fine. Okay, now we have 1 shield. There we go. And we will just do this and this. And that already cleared up a lot of stuff. Now the enemies are going to flee to the other side of the train. Now this one is actually going to get hit by a rock. As you can see, it will take 2 damage. Deals 10 damage to the first unit in its path. So that's pretty much going to instantly kill something. Okay, so this one is dead already. We actually don't need to take any mind of that one. So what we kind of want to do is just kill the convoy. However, it is quite annoyingly out of range. So what I need to do is move up and double check how much stuff I have. This one has only 1 HP, so as long as I hit you 3 times. Once. Might as well do it like this. Twice. That one is dead already. 3 times, so that's the convoy defeated. And yeah, the Ratata I actually didn't see, but the cost was reduced because we played all of those other cards. Now, we should be taking damage, but if I'm not mistaken, the rock will hit it first. Let's see. Yep. Boom. I really like the effects, by the way. So, yeah, we're 20 minutes in. The rest of the game is going to be similar. If you want to see the game, then keep watching. Otherwise, just skip to the last, I don't know, 5 minutes or so of this video so you can see all the upgrade stuff, because I will show that near the end. Now, let's activate a new module. Ooh, I really, really like this one, the Civil Engineer. It gives you 2 additional action points, but every time a card is used, and there are still cards in your hand, you discard 1 random one, and then you draw a new one. So you don't actually lose any cards, and you do get 2 HP, but the run that you get is a little bit more randomized. But if you combine that with card draw, like the cask hold or whatever it was that we saw before, you can get into really, really nice combinations. So yeah, we are definitely going to pick that one up. And that also means that now I have that available. Remember, this is just going to be active all the time. I can kind of build around it. Let's go to a fight at the bottom of a canyon, or at least next to a canyon, I think. So there's going to be a canyon here. If we can hit them into the canyon, that is actually going to be really beneficial for us. We have a bunch of artillery, and look at that. We have 8 energy now at the start of the first round. What I can do, assuming I could actually hit it, what I could do in theory is knock things back. But if I now hit my artillery over here, this is going to knock back a couple of these units. They're going to bump into each other, and it's going to cause massive carnage. So we took out 2 units, we moved that one away. And we are going to be doing the whole redraw thing. Let's see. I kind of just want to destabilize you. And then destabilize you again. And that will move you back to kill you and then kill the other one. That was pretty efficient. Let's see. I can't actually hit this one. So I'm just going to shield myself because I would kind of like the bonus scrap. Look at that. We get random new stuff because we play cards. Actually, yeah, I don't have anything else to do. I could have killed him this round, maybe, depending on what I drew. But I wanted to play it safe because now we're just not going to take 0 damage. And 0 damage is better than some damage. There we go. Now, this run might go really well, depending on what cards we get next. The nice thing about Shield Revenge is that it's super flexible. But I don't really like any of these options. I'm going to reroll. Okay. Let's see. Oh man, these are some really meh options. I do like the Panther because it is a just an AoE shield. However, it has cost up, and if we're going to be playing a lot of cards, we kind of don't want this to show up later because it's going to be super expensive. Decisions. I actually don't know what to pick. We can just pass. I think we might just want to do that because none of those options really appeal to me. There are way better cards. We could go for a random encounter, but I am going to be power playing. I want another one of those modules. If you can stack enough modules, yeah, those can start to really work together really nicely. Okay, so we have a cliff here. Oh, sorry, yeah, cliff here and a wall here as well. A canyon here, I guess, and this is the cliff anyway. So let's see, how are we gonna do this? It's a little sad that our train is over here, because that makes it a lot harder to knock anyone down. Just to show you... Oh, I can actually hit there. Huh. Huh. Okay, the AoE damage is gonna be really nice if we can hit it appropriately. So if we do... let's see. It's gonna hit a area like that. So if we move up, these ones will take care of each other. Then if we do something like this. Ooh, this is really nice as well. Okay, not really what I was aiming for, but it works. There we go. That takes out 2 at the same time. And actually, if I hit my artillery like this, the guy will get bounced into the wall over there. So that's just to show you that you can actually do that. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then we can't actually hit you over there. Ooh, that's a problem. Yeah, so we are gonna take 1 damage there because I kind of messed up. I should have not done that because I forgot that we were already randomizing. Okay, now then we'll just hit the convoy and we'll just take 1 damage. It's not the end of the world, but if I take another damage on this thing, it will get destroyed. Even if that happens, it is not the end of the run necessarily, but it's obviously something you ideally would like to avoid if you can. If I destroy this convoy, it will also take out this one. And then this one will do a damage to this one, so all in all that should be decent. Okay. Actually, hold on. If I do this, if I move up 1... Oh, I can still not hit you. That's a little unfortunate. I can do this though. There we go. I can shield this one just to make sure that we don't die. And then I can do the ratata just because I can. But oh, it won't actually trigger because there's nothing in there. Well, that's okay. Can I hit you now then? Nope. Yeah, that's the problem with random cards. There's a reason, boom, that you get 2 additional action points because it becomes a little harder to plan out your turn, but I still think it's a pretty good thing to have. This is a bit overkill, but there we go. That killed the last one. And we should get another module. I actually don't know. Can we get duplicates? Maybe. This is a really nice one. So, if all train units are at full health, which currently is not the case because you just took a damage, but we would get every second turn we've got an additional point. However, the Perpetuum Mobile is really good as well, so 1 AP for every 5 cards played, that will add up over time, so I think we're gonna go for that one. I would really like to get some card draw, but we first have to see if we can actually survive the boss. Oh well. When we took the damage, I could have also used this one, by the way. I actually kind of forgot about it because I was doing other stuff, but okay. So, we're gonna fight a boss. I've got an arrow with your name on it. Tread carefully. I'm not sure... Oh, she's actually wielding a bow. I didn't realize that. Not sure why she's doing that when we have a minigun. But look at the sheer amount of enemies. I mean, this is a lot of enemies. We also have this dude who's gonna shield someone, so that's kind of annoying. However, it's this one. And we do have the anti-shield thing in here somewhere. Now, this boss has a lot of ability, so we can't flip it. We don't have any ability to do so anyway, but that could be relevant depending on what cards we have. It has locked on, which is really important because it replants its intent to keep the same target if possible. So if I manage to hit it 3 times, it will basically reset. But until that moment, I can move it around whatever I want, but that doesn't matter because it's actually going to keep shooting at this module. Oh man, there is so many guys in here. We do have the Ratata, which would be ideal to cast if it wasn't for the fact that it costs 4 mana, or 4 action points. What I'm hoping is that we can, for example, stabilize this guy over here. And of course it's the... Oh, I was about to say it's the first one to be discarded. It's not, actually. I am gonna cast it now. And because that one is already destabilized, it's gonna cause massive damage. So it's gonna damage everyone, it's gonna destabilize it. Because this one dies, this one will then die, and this one will then die, and this one is gonna take some 2 damage? Not sure why, actually. Let's find out. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's because the other one died first. Okay. Interesting. So, that looked really cool. We still have a lot of enemies on the field, though. Including this boss over here. You are not destabilized. Well, you are destabilized, actually. I think if we do 1 damage to this one, it will die. This one is already destabilized and it will trigger a chain reaction. There we go, there we go, there we go. This is what we want to see. Okay, so far so good. We still need to deal with a couple of dudes over here. And we do need to take into consideration that we are going to be shot at. So I am going to do this. Just to make sure I'm shielded. Can we kill him? Yes, we can. And then... So if we hit the boss, we're actually just gonna move him, but he's still gonna be shooting at it. So let's just kill the support truck. There we go. Yeah, I can cast a suppressor fire, but it's not gonna hit anything. So there we go. Okay, just the boss left. We might actually get new enemies as well. Yeah, there's another one going to spawn in a second, but for the moment we're fine. I can't actually hit you because there's a limited field of fire with this thing. So I am gonna cast my suppressor fire first. So that's 1 action. I am then going to... Hold on. It doesn't actually matter too much where I hit you. Are you destabilized? Yes, you are. So if I hit you straight on, you will move into range. So I can actually just hit you with my minigun. He should stop locking on, right? Yeah, because I hit him 3 times. So that's kind of nice. Then I am just gonna do a shield revenge. We just discarded our cargo, our useless cargo card, by the way. So that's really nice. And there we go. The enemy is dead. The additional enemy actually didn't even spawn. Okay, taste ice. And that is the first zone completed. Okay, so we are going to upgrade our locomotive. We can cancel units intent. We can transfer all remaining AP to the next turn, or we can discard our hand, shovel all cards into the draw pile, and then draw 5 cards. This can actually be really good depending on when we draw it. So I'm just going to take a gamble. And that's because it will combine really well with Civil Engineer. Okay, we are going to get the bonus scrap. We're going to modify 1 random card. We can get a free minigun, which is honestly kind of interesting. Or we can get a suppressive fire with destabilize. So it kind of goes with our theme that we have going. Or we can do the artillery attack with a cost down mode on it. Or we can actually get more cargo. That's interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. This cargo is actually not that bad. It decreases the movement cost by 1 AP if we cast it, but let's go for the free minigun. I think that makes sense. And then we can duplicate a card. Which raises the question, is there anything we want more of? I mean, the better shield is actually not bad, obviously. I think that might be good enough to duplicate, and then let's continue. Anything else we need to do here? Well, yes, we want to repair our thing in case we get that relic that, you know, relies on our train to be at full HP. And our train being at full HP is never a bad thing. You can also sell your carriages, by the way, if you're in the central station, which we are currently not. But right now we don't have anything else to do. This currency, by the way, is a meta currency that you get at the end of the run, in case you were wondering. We are now up to 15 cards, so we do need to be a little bit careful about how much cards we keep adding to our deck. But let's go on to the second zone. We don't have anything to pick from, and we will get preempt. Gain 2 HP, but start the next round with 2 less. Not entirely sure I'm too happy about that, but it's free to cast. And yeah, the cards will replace itself, so it's okay. We will get more cliffs, and narrow fights are more common. Actually, I really like narrow fights because that will make it easier for our destabilize to do its work. So, what route are we taking? I'm kind of inclined to go down here. There is a epic card duplication available in this shop if we would want it. There are veteran fights over here as well, actually. Not sure we necessarily want to look those up, but it is something we could do. Just as a tougher fight. Actually, I don't know. Do you get better rewards from that? I have completed some of those fights. I just don't remember if we got additional rewards. However, if we do go down the top lane, there is 2 convoys in here, but we would have to do a veteran fight in the middle. Yeah, let's just go that for content's sake. Let's do this. I would probably have picked the bottom route because there was a convoy in there as well. But let's see. See if we get a fairly easy level to begin with. We do have a little annoying shield support truck over here. We do have the shield revenge, which is going to do 2 damage, ignoring the shield. This is kind of cool. So let's start with that. The shield is still there, by the way, so you know the next time I hit it, the shield will still be there. But okay, let's see. Let's hit you like this, and then let's hit you like that. And then the support truck will just flee, but that's okay. Add a card to your deck. Oh, this one is really good. I really like this one. So Ammo Scavenger doesn't cost anything, but it will draw us 2 cards. One from the draw pile and one from the discard pile. So this is a 2-for-1 basically, but in the positive way, and it doesn't cost me any energy. So it also really works nicely together with my cost down cards. The other options, they're okay, but this one is, I think, an instant pick. Because it's always going to be good. Now we're going to go for the convoy next. And as you can tell, I really like the vibe of building your deck. I like the active motions. You get a lot of choices, but at the same time, there's a lot of strategy to this game. I really, really like it. It just came out, by the way, I think last week, by the time this will go live, or a little bit more than that, maybe. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to do? I think we don't have any cost up cards, so this is just free, and it will reduce the other ones. We just got 2 cards back for that, so that's kind of nice. How do you work? You shoot a ballistic. Okay, so you just do a range damage, but in weird angles. Okay, that's fine. We have plenty of AP for the first round because we get the additional ones as well. So this AoE is awesome. I really like the Ratata. It's a card you do have to play a little bit before you unlock it, because it's a higher ranked one for the minigun. But now all of these are destabilized already. The suppressive fire isn't actually going to do that much this time around, I'm afraid. The angle is a little bit awkward here. I could do the artillery. Do need to pay attention on how I do that, actually. This could work. So that moved 2 of them. One of them is gonna die. This one is now shooting at nothing. So that's convenient. I can't actually hit that one from where I'm standing now. I could solve that. Oh, I can just kill him. That might be an easy way to fix that problem. Okay, now can I actually hit something else? Yes, I can hit you. So let's do that. Okay, now let's do the bogey exchange, and this is what I was talking about. So now we're going to discard our hands, but we're going to draw 5 new cards. So we basically have a completely fresh draw. The artillery attack, let's see, is too expensive, so we can't actually cast that. We can kill you, however, and now we have a free shield, so we can still cast that. There we go. That was a lot of cards played, and that really works nicely together with this one. The Perpetual Mobile, where we get an additional AP for every 5 cards played. We don't want to kill this one before we kill that one, so that is something we do need to take into consideration. We can just do this. We can play the Ammo Scavenger. We can do this. And then this. And then we want to cast this one first, so we get a fresh 5. I am just going to shield my thing, just because I'm not entirely sure we will be able to do anything else. We will do another ammo. I'll just keep up the speed, because I think you get the hang from it now. But I really like chaining all those combinations in a smart way. Okay, we have a whole bunch of scrap, but we are going to get another mobile, another module. So either 1 AP every 3 turns, which is of course nice. Reduced cost by every 4th train move in a fight. We're doing a lot of moves. Actually, no, this is the moves of the train itself, so that's maybe not as good. Start the first turn of a fight with 2 AP less, but start every subsequent turn with 1 AP more. So if the fight goes on long enough, this will actually be beneficial, but the first turn tends to be the most important one, because the majority of the enemies are on the field. So I'm actually going to go for the power boiler, I think. There we go. Okay, bonus scrap and continue on. And we are now at the veteran fight. So this might be where we die. Or where we use our emergency button. I do need to keep in mind that we have that. So many enemies. Okay, so we do have a cliff here. So we might be able to abuse that a little bit. So if I do an artillery here, it's going to knock off 3 enemies just right off the map. Not sure what else we're going to do, but that seems like a pretty good place to start. Okay. It's a little bit unfortunate that we already drew this one. Actually in a pretty decent shape, so let's cast this. Then this one will be free. Let's do that one. That's going to crash into that one. We can just knock you off the cliff, so let's do that. If I move 1 step forward, this problem is going to fix itself, so let's do that. Let's make sure we shield that one. And now we're already pretty much safe. Unfortunately, we can't actually hit anything with this. That's really unfortunate, really. I am just going to shoot this because we'll get a random new card. It's not going to do anything, but okay. There we go. Not bad for the first round of a veteran fight. Now, because they're all on this side of the train, they are actually making their own lives more difficult than it needs to be. Again, I drew this one in my starting hand. A little unfortunate. Let's see. We want to hit you. I want to do my ammo scavenger and draw some new cards. That one is going to be a nice chain. Okay. This one is still there. This one is going to do 2 damage. So that is something... It could actually instantly kill me if I don't do something about that. There's a lot of different things we could do about that, like moving the actual train, for example. So let's do that. So now this one is safe again. Let's shield our train just to be safe, and then it doesn't really matter, I think, what we hit. We could hit you, and then that would take care of that problem, but I'd rather do this. And can't hit you. We can still hit you. Okay, well, we're gonna cast the movement card just because we can. Is there any sense in moving? No, I don't think so. Let's just stay here. Okay, so far so good. We're still at full health. And let's see, how are we gonna deal with that? We can just knock him off the cliff by doing an artillery here. There we go, that's really efficient. We can kill you, we can kill you. And then we can kill you by knocking you into the cliff. Okay, there we go. I have so much scrap, I really need to find a way to spend that. Is there anything here I like? Yes, I do like the ammo scavenger because it's free and it costs me to redraw. So, yep, and we can modify one random card. We can make our ammo scavenger even better. I mean, sure, why not? We can do another veteran fight. So we got a card modification out of that. That's what the veteran fight is all about. So we can go for another one of those, or we can do the convoy. And yeah, you know me, I like my modules. And once again, guys, if you just want to see what happens at the end of the run, then skip to the last 5 minutes or so and you will find that out. If you're enjoying this, then by all means keep watching. I kind of like showing a full run to show how crazy it will get in the end. So this is a lot of units. Okay. Suppressive fire to destabilize everyone on this side. It sounds like a pretty good place to start. Then let's do the ammo scavenger so we can get that back. And we can also do it on... Or we could do it on this side. And then just, you know, kill everyone. That seems pretty effective. Okay. If we can keep this for a little while, that would be ideal. Or we can just, you know, get our suppressive fire back, maybe. No, not this time. Okay. I am gonna do this. Bogey exchange could be interesting potentially now. Let's just do this one. It's going to move that one. It's going to destabilize this one as well. We do need to take care that we don't accidentally get ourselves killed. So these two are still a problem for the moment. How are we going to handle that? Well, we're just going to kill you and do 1 damage to you, I think. As long as this one is dead and we have 2 energy left, we can move the train back or forth, depending on which, well, back at least, and then this one is not a problem. If we're moving the train back, then the middle one is the one we want to shield. Like that. Now, are you destabilized? Yes, and if I hit you, you're actually going to move in the wrong direction. So I could just do... None of this is particularly effective, so let's do this. Let's move back, so you're gonna hit the shield and you're gonna hit exactly nothing. Okay. I think that was pretty decent. What are you? You are a movement support truck. Okay. Oh, that's why my movement is more expensive. Okay, so a AoE on this side is pretty effective. Then we're gonna do the ammo scavenger. Then we are gonna do this. This is gonna kill 2 things and then the 3rd thing dies as well. Let's do the ammo scavenger again. Look at how awesome. That's 4 new cards, guys. I mean, that's so awesome. Okay. We're gonna hit you. We're gonna hit you. I am... kind of want to kill him as well. Can I still do that? He's kind of out of range of everything I can do. hold on. We'll move like this. That's just for the extra scrap, by the way. Because he will flee if he's the only one alive. There we go. Okay. Activate the new module. I don't really like any of these. I mean, this will be effective at some point if we take more damage, and 2 AP is a lot, so let's go with that one. But the slow start, not necessarily useful. Okay, so we're gonna go to the central station. We are gonna deliver our region supply drop, and we're gonna get a card modification reward. Okay, we're gonna repair the train again. We are doing too well. We're gonna get that free card for 2 AP with 2 AP less in the next round. Not sure that's really good, but okay. Modify one random card. Ah. So instead of cost down, it would get cost up. So you want to cost it as soon as possible once you get it. That might actually be better than what we have. We could also upgrade our other ammo scavenger. This combined with anything that gives me additional AP is so good. But this one is also really good. Okay, let's go with that one. Could be fun. And then we are gonna choose a cargo card. Okay, if this card is in your hand at the end of the turn, start with one less AP. It is a very valuable though. Give 1 shield to target unit, then deal 1 damage. Okay. Or deal 1 damage to a carriage. Now let's not do that. This is really weird. But anyway, let's find out what that actually means. We can upgrade one of our cards again. Maybe we should go for the artillery now. Let's go for that one. Okay, shoot as 3 cells in a line, dealing 2 damage to each. It's really expensive though. Next time you gain the points for the special ability. That's what the gauge points are. Gain an additional 6. It's stackable. But we are maxed out already, so not sure that's super useful. Attach a bomb to the unit. Add 1 detonate card into hand. Auto explodes in 3 turns. It sounds kind of cool, but it's really slow. Let's just go with the carpet bombing. Not sure that's actually really good, but anything else we need to do here? Nope, there's no more carriages we can buy because we haven't unlocked any. But if you keep playing a little bit, you should unlock more carriages, and I think you can have a total of total train length of 5. And you know me, we're gonna go for another convoy. Now these fights do tend to be a little bit more difficult, but there's a lot of them. Surrender or die. Okay then. All of these guys are heavy. So we won't be moving them, I guess. Actually, not sure. Does that still apply when we have the... Okay, that's a lot of damage we could do already. Boom. Let's see. He was destabilized. Is he still moving? No, he's not. Okay. So what we want to do... Okay, give 1 shield to target unit. And then deal 1 damage. But that does nothing, right? Am I crazy? Anyway, let's do the ammunition before it goes away. And that means we do have the carpet shot back again. Well, this is 2 damage for 1, so that's kind of nice. Okay, now I do have to watch out, so I kind of want to move back 1 step so this one doesn't do anything, and can we can probably kill the other one while we do that, so let's move back. Let's do a minigun. And then we can do the... Oh, this is actually perfect. The ratata, there we go. We can cast a shield just because we can. We have the thing that we can just cast just in case, and we can gain HP and then start the next round with 2 HP less, but we're not actually going to be using that AP, I don't think, because we can't actually hit anything, so let's end the turn. Okay. Minigun to destabilize you. Shield Revenge. Emanation. More minigun. And you're dead. Activate the new module because we want all the modules. Okay, when a carriage is destroyed, destroy the unit that dealt the final blow. This could actually be kind of good for the last zone, just in case we don't manage to do the last boss fight or something like that. We don't particularly care about the scrap at this point. The discount in the shops might be really good. I do have a lot of money. Let's go with that one. We do need to find a shop then. There's one on the bottom route. That does mean I'm gonna be skipping one convoy. But that's okay, because we can go for the random encounter. We haven't done one of those. So this is a random event. I don't know what we're gonna get. Hopefully it's a good one. So we can pick between a couple of options. Need a mod? Modify one card of your deck. We can gain 50 scrap, or we can just continue. We can modify a card, I guess. Now, what do we want to modify? I don't know. This one, maybe? We can give it a random AP cost. Well, it already costs 3 normally, so it's going to be random between 0, 1, 2, or 3. So that's kind of good. We can make sure it stays in our hand. We can make sure we have it at the beginning of the fight, but it's really expensive. Let's go with that one. That's a strict upgrade, so that's kind of cool. And that's all we can do here. So, you know, it's a pretty decent upgrade. And then we can continue on and do another convoy level. Now remember, these runs are relatively short. They take up to an hour or so, maybe a little bit more if you do the full run and you don't die along the way. I am taking a little bit longer because I am explaining stuff now, of course. Okay, this is going to be massive. Okay, so a very narrow path along with that specific card is so good. We actually need to make sure we don't kill them too fast. That's an interesting problem to have. Which means I do need to move into range. So that means we're out of range of that one anyway. So that's kind of nice. Let's do that one. I do need to pay attention because we might be running into some issues over here. Okay, that one moved back. Give 1 shield to target unit, then deal 1 damage. I don't know. Does that still take us? No, I was about to say, does that still count as it doing damage? Now, look at the ammo card saving the day over here. It had a random cost of 3, that's a little unfortunate though. However, if we kill this one, bomb, bomb, everyone dies. Okay. I say that was pretty well optimized. Was that on the first turn? Yeah, I think it was. No damage taken. Activate a new module. Okay. Perfect score. There we go. Every second turn we'll get an additional AP. We get even more scrap, and now we can go and spend some. We can actually get a card remove, so that's kind of nice. So we can thin out our deck a little bit because it's 19 cards already. And that's a little bit more than we ideally want it to be. We get a bonus for keeping the bandits at bay. We actually get some additional stuff for that as well. There we go. Okay, so what can we do? We can remove a card from the deck. So let's start there. Is there anything in here that we don't like? I actually don't mind most of this. I don't think we necessarily want to draw this one. So let's get rid of that one. We can remove more cards if we would want. I actually don't think most of this stuff is bad. This one is probably the weakest. This one is, not, of course, not particularly useful, but we do get the scrap, and honestly, it's not bad either. Let's go into the shop. Let's see. We can buy some modules here as well. Let's see. Is there anything in here we want? Pick one card from the draw pile to move to the top. Nope. discard the rightmost card in your hand, gain 1 AP, and draw 1 card. So this basically pays for itself. It replaces a card. This is basically just a free replay. It costs 0, so we gain 1 HP by playing it. We draw 1 card, but we also discard the rightmost card in our hand. So, you know, depending on what that is, that's either good or not. Shield 2 could be really nice, but we already have quite a bit of shielding, so let's go for that one. I think that's probably it. I mean, we could get this one. We can spend some more money. Let's close the shop. We could remove another card from our deck. We definitely don't want to... Maybe 1 artillery. That's definitely the least played card I have, and I really like the miniguns. Yeah, let's remove an artillery from the deck. I could remove another one from the deck, actually. But we're cycling through our cards so fast that I don't think this is too bad. We thin it out a little bit now. So that's kind of nice. Okay, well, let's just stick with this. I can always spend our scrap on something else. I've never had this much scrap, actually, in my previous runs. But now for the boss fight. Don't push your luck, bandit. Now let's see what our enemy will do. So this is an Avenger. All cards of this unit gain +1 card power for every missing HP. So this guy will get stronger the more we damage it. But that's about all it does. It's not the end of the world. I could destabilize all of these guys around me like this. Or I could move 1 back and then destabilize all of these. It's a little unfortunate that it's so expensive to do that. I think let's just start here. We can always move to the front and avoid most of these attacks. Okay. Then let's cast a free one and remove everyone on this side. Again, I think that's a pretty good place to start. Then let's do the waste knot. So this is going to discard the artillery and a random card, of course. But we're going to gain 1 HP and yeah, I think that was a better version of what we had before. Okay, so this could actually be a nice little trick. We can give someone a shield and then do the shield revenge, and then the shield revenge does damage equal to the shield +1, so it's actually going to do more. It will actually do 2 damage. This guy will actually have... It will be destabilized, so it will move 1 back, but that is by itself not super interesting. That's a little unfortunate, honestly. You might still be able to do that combination in a second. I might be getting myself into some problems now, by the way, but you will see that in a second. Hold on. It doesn't actually have the shield anymore. Yeah, I'm kind of messing this up, so I should focus up a little bit more. Okay, so let's see. Let's kill you. Let's move you back. Now you are going to be both shooting at this thing. However, I no longer have my shield that I was kind of counting on. I can move the train 1 to the front. Oh man, I am really in trouble now. Let's see. I can move twice, and then both of these are gonna hit whatever is over here. I can move twice to the back. That would mean that this thing is gonna be here, and the boss is going to hit it, and the train is going to take a hit from this guy as well, but that is going to allow everything to survive. If I move 2 to the front, these guys are going to kill this train, and that's not ideal. I can also hit him. He will move back, but then I can't move twice anymore. Okay. So, hopefully I didn't mess that up. But we're gonna go for this. There was probably a better combination of doing this, but if I make another one of these mistakes, that's the end of the run. So, okay. Okay, carpet shot is really cheap. It's not gonna hit anything right now. I can move up. Then do the carpet shot like that. This one is almost dead already. I can do the scavenger. Oh, this is a free carpet shot. Yes, please. Okay, the boss is dead. So we just need to survive at this point. This one guarantees that we won't take any special damage this turn. Let's see, he's not destabilized yet, right? No. Just wanted him to not move. Otherwise that would have been a problem. We actually need more cards. We have more energy than we know what to do with at this point. Again, I completely forgot about my emergency button. I probably should have used that on the first turn. But I think we'll be fine for the moment. Shield Revenge is going to be really nice, because we can use that on this guy over here and then hit him twice. Let's do that. We can do another Shield of Revenge, and then he's almost down already. Let's kill you. I don't really care about that guy. We just want to get out of this boss fight alive. There we go. And now we should be able to repair the train as well. So all in all, me forgetting about this was not a problem, but you should probably do better than I did now. Okay, upgrade the locomotive. No, we're gonna repair the carriage by 1. I thought we were gonna repair everything, but apparently not. But we can repair. At some point, transform 1 card into a random other card. I'm gonna pass on that. We are gonna do this. Gain 1 AP for every 3rd enemy destroyed. Yes, more HP, please. Yes, and more AP, I mean. Would have been nice to get some more card draw in our deck, but for the moment, I'm not finding it, so... It is what it is, and that means we're now going to go to the last zone. Narrow fights are more common. Well, actually, that's kind of cool. We're going to get Fortress. Give 1 shield to each carriage that adds a blue card into your deck for the first time of a fight. So that's just 1, because only the Protector carriage is actually adding any blue shields to our deck. But all in all, it's going to be pretty awesome. Okay, Convoy or Convoy. This one has increased rounds until enemy escape. Both of them have cliffs. Do I care what route I take? If I go down the bottom one, I will need to do this one, this veteran fight. I can skip the veteran fights by going to the shop. Card remove is available. We have so much money, we should probably do that one. If we go down here, if we go down here, we will be able to get a shop as well. Honestly, I don't think it really matters what route we take. If we go down this route, though, we will need to do a veteran fight over here as well. So either way, we're going to do at least one of those. It might be beneficial, actually, to take one earlier. In which case, let's go down the bottom. So the idea here is that we're going to go for this shop rather than this one. And then we don't have to do the veteran fight sooner. And then, well, we'll we'll take a look at the rest after we get to the central station. Let's see how far are we in. A little bit over an hour now. Yeah, it's about 1.5 hours for a run, I think. Let's try to keep up the speed. Okay, so this guy shoots diagonally, but it's also going to ignore shields. So, you know, that's not something we like. We do have our Ratata, which is amazing. Bomb Copter, a self-destructing flying unit that inflicts heavy damage. So these guys do 2 damage. That is, if we don't just kill them. Just trying to think if it makes any difference. I don't think so. Let's do it like this. I'll take care of you guys. Then you die. You take that one for a hit. We can do the carpet shot on you. Then we can do the... Oh, we do need to make sure we kill this guy now then. It should be fine. We can just move up. Hit you once. Use the free one. There we go. If we would have finished that round without killing the convoy, even though we killed it last, it's not a problem. But if the round ended with him still alive, he would have fled. But now we still get another one of these. Gain 1 AP for every 10th unit in 10, so it's every 10th unit move. That's something you typically want. Fight back could be really nice as a last-ditch effort, but we're gonna stick with the theme. Stick all the AP that we can. And hopefully we will survive the veteran fight as well. I have my emergency button. I should remember that. Okay. That's a lot of dudes. We don't actually have our Ratata yet. I could just do this and see if we draw it. Let's start with the... where do I want to hit this? Let's start at the front. There we go. Okay. I don't think you want too many of those in your deck, but the first one is definitely worth it. Let's see. So these guys... What's the purple effect that they have? Oh, they apply burn. Yeah, so that's definitely something we don't want, because that's gonna damage our little train. Okay. We can kill you. Almost kill you. If I move the train, let's see. I can't hit here, so I would have to move the train back. But if I do that, I can just throw you off the cliff and move you, so that takes care of a lot of issues. I can also do this. Oh, I can actually kill you. There we go, okay. This is going a lot better than I thought it would initially. Let's do the bogey exchange, get 5 new cars. Okay, working like intended. He is actually out of range. That is kind of annoying. I can move up. And then just do... Hold on. Are you destabilized? Yes. I will need to hit him twice. Which, as you can see, is a problem if you draw the wrong cards. But there you go. Why did I just take a damage? Minigun shower? Okay. So this deals 3 damage for every other card you play. How long is this likely to stay in my hand, though? Because I am discarding things at random. This one might be better. Because I have so much HP, and this is going to draw me 2 cards. This is what the hot cost I was talking about earlier, so let's pick that one. Modify 1 random card. We could do Waste Not and gain even more AP. We can make the bogey exchange even better. Or we can apply burn ourselves. I kind of like the idea of that. Let's go with that one. That means that something will just take damage over time. I haven't actually done that yet, so I don't know if it's any good. Let's go to the shop, because we have way too much money to spend. And let's get some bonus scrap. Can we? Yeah, we can repair our things here, so let's do that. There we go. It's kind of nice. Do we want to remove a card? Is there anything in our deck that we don't want? At this point, we might actually want to remove one of the miniguns, maybe? Just so we can draw those more often. Or maybe the most basic shield. I don't know. Feels a little risky to remove my shield, but this is the worst one. These ones are better. They do have exhaust though, so we can only cast them once. Although we're never gonna cast them more than once anyway. I don't know. I'm kind of happy with what my deck looks like at the moment. Let's see in the shop. We could get the fight back thing now, just as a last emergency one. Oh, blowout. That's actually a pretty decent thing in a way. This is gonna push enemy units away and then flip their attacks. I am gonna pick this one up. It's a very nice defensive one. Anything else? Oh, this actually gives 2 shield to the carriage behind and in front of the protector carriage. So this is a double shield basically. How much money do I have? Yeah, I am actually gonna pick that one up, and then I'm gonna go back into this one and then remove the other basic shield that I have. I think this one is just plain better. This one is more flexible, but this is 4 shield basically to my train. Just not in a random and not in a position I can pick. But yeah, long story short, I think this one, this is an upgrade. Okay, there we go. Let's continue on, and now we're gonna have a normal fight and then another convoy. Nearing the end, guys. We're almost there. It's a pretty solid run so far. Look at the amount of modules that we have. It is really easy to just instantly lose this. So if one of these exploding things hits my main train, we're dead already. This is how close things can be. Okay, none of that is particularly powerful. I could do, let's see, I could do an artillery here maybe? None of this is particularly interesting. Okay, let's apply the yeah, let's apply the burn to this one. Then let's do this. Then let's do the ratata. Okay, that was pretty effective. Let's pick the free one, and let's do a cascading attacks into those. Then let's kill you, and then that also kills the other one. I can bounce it into my own train. That's not really what I want to do, though. Let's see. If I move back 1 step, I can just kill you and be done with this. Okay. There we go. Any cards that we want? Draw 2 cards, discard 1 card. I think we'll just stick with what we have. I kind of like this one, maybe for a different build. Picky Jester is honestly not bad. It's another way to cycle through our deck. But I think at this point we have enough cards that do that, so we're gonna pass that up and let's continue on and let's do another convoy, because you can never have enough modules. Stack them as high as we can get them. Okay. Okay, so we have a cliff over here. This is a shield support truck. So we kind of want to bounce these guys into this one. Okay, let me show you this. This is kind of nice. So right now they're all attacking me. If I cast this, they will bounce, first of all, into the cliff, but they will also flip their attack, so now they're attacking the cliff. Which I think actually means they're gonna kill themselves into the cliff. That's interesting. Huh. I have no attacks in my hand whatsoever. That's a new one. I can fix that problem by casting this, though. I would say this is a pretty effective suppressive fire. Okay. Let's do the shield revenge over there. If I do this, I'm actually gonna kill everything. Well, with the exception of that one, actually. But having them kill each other is way more fun. And I also kind of need to destroy the convoy. So let's start with drawing a couple of cards. I need to move back so I can actually hit the convoy. Oh, but it's so far back I can't actually reach it. Okay. Okay, you're gonna act first. And then this one is gonna hit you. It does ram, so I do need... Actually just moved out of range. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll be fine. None of this actually does anything. Okay. Let's just end the turn. Yeah, they will hit each other. They will crash into the thing. And then he will crash into that. And there we go. Okay. So, we need to do 2 damage to this guy. One of that will be simply from... This works. Let's do damage as well. This is cost down, right? So we can just kill you. No, that's not over complicated. Let's do this. There we go. Still haven't used my emergency button yet, mostly because I forgot about it. Units destroyed by the range ram. So there is actually a ram on the front of the train, so you can move into a unit if it's in front of your train. I've never actually used that, because you do need... your train will take damage unless you have it shielded, I think, something like that. I don't know, let's go for the piston overdrive. Not sure if it's going to be useful, but, you know, just in case. I'm going to arrive at the central station. Almost there now. We'll get some more. We will deliver our cargo, so that's nice. We will repair the train. We'll activate a module. Okay, so we actually get the fortress module for free. It's going to help us survive the first round. We can modify a random card as well. I don't... Well, the artillery attack might be kind of cool. So we add a flip to it. Sure. Let's flip some more cards. Let's upgrade a thing as well. What do we want to upgrade? The minigun, probably. Apply blind to one card. And what does blind do? Blind units cancel their intent. They move and create intents randomly while blinded. But if I cast this on my Ratata, I can pretty much blind the entire field. I'm not sure if that's going to work out, but let's try it. Just for funsies. Anything else we want to do here? We don't need to repair anything. No, I don't think so. Let's keep moving. We're always going to get a veteran fight. So we can either do a convoy or a random encounter. If we go down the middle or the top, we'll get another convoy after that. We will be able to go to a shop if we go down, but we can also take this shop. Yeah, let's just go to the random encounter for funsies. So we've done a lot of convoys already. I don't actually think you can get duplicates of these things, apparently. We can get duplicates of cars. Look, there's a derailed train over here, so sad. We can get a module. We can repair our locomotive. We can upgrade one random train unit. I mean, duplicating a card could be fun, but let's just upgrade and make our train a little bit more resistant so we can actually survive the last boss. Let's go with that, and then let's do a veteran fight. Remember, TDA, you do have your emergency button over here. Oh, we're actually... This is an interesting map. Now, these things seem to explode once they die, so that is something we need to take into consideration. What is really cool with the blowout now, by the way, that it will flip everyone and also bounce them into each other. So now they're kind of gonna blow each other up? Is that how that works? I think it is. I really want you guys to die somewhere that's not next to me. And that should take care of that one as well for the moment. Oh, this is the phosphorus thing. Okay. I'm gonna move back so you guys all miss. Okay, so because these flame trucks explode and then deal damage next to them, this is how I took that damage before. If I kill you, this one is gonna die, this one is... Well, basically they're all gonna chain die. I think this was a really lucky way to start out this particular map. Can I actually kill this one? I'm not entirely sure how I would manage that. From where I am at the moment. Because I would have to move up twice. It's gonna cost me 3 energy and I only have 2 left. I think it's safer just to end the turn for that moment. Okay, this could be a nice little thing that we can do. He's actually not attacking us. Not sure why that is. But we could move him in front of the roadblock. It's just gonna deal 1 damage. But we would need to do this slightly differently. Okay, that's a problem. I can deal 1 damage here. Can deal another damage. Shield my thing. Oh, actually, that was the other shield. Okay. Just out of reach. But if I move to the front and I can hit him, but he will explode next to my train, let's not do that. Let's see if we can kill him safely on the next round. So if I move 1, 2 to the front, like this, and then hold on, where can I actually hit you? Easier said than done. But this costs 3 now. Probably overcomplicating this, but I really don't want you to die next to me. I could do that if I just shield. Okay, he's already at 1 HP, so let's just do a whole redraw. And then let's shield myself. Now I actually need something that can hit him. Oh, I moved myself out of range. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, well, this works. Now we do have burn on our vehicle, but that will only hit us the next time. And he was nice enough to move in a place where I can actually kill him. Okay, there we go. Probably trying to optimize it a little bit too much, but you know me. Okay, I don't think we want any of this. We have a pretty decent deck going. Maybe we'll want a modification though. So normally this costs 2, and now we can make it random. Could be interesting. We could do upgrade to a minigun damage. That's kind of nice. Or we can add exhaust and an upgrade to our minigun plus over here. Yeah, that could be nice. I don't think it really matters at this point. Which route do we want to take? We will just go down the middle, I think. Doesn't really matter. Let's go to the convoy. Will we make it all the way to the end? So far, it seems to be going really well. I like these narrow fights, although it's... the narrow fights in combination with the truck that's going to explode on us. Oh, this is actually excellent. So we can destabilize him and move him back and then kill him. That would be perfect. Why are you glowing? Oh, he has extra power. He is enraged. Okay. Yeah, still haven't used this, but it is what it is. So if I just move back, we're safe from this one. So let's worry about that one first and foremost. I can't actually hit him from over here. This will solve a lot of problems already. Okay. This will do a lot of damage. So if I just move back, then these guys are no longer a problem. This guy is going to be a problem one way or another, right? That's a little unfortunate. But we are shielded now, so we can just do... Oh. Wait, it hit that one? Okay, I did not know that was going to work that way. That's really unfortunate. Okay, so we flipped him around, and then we still have some left, so we can do this, and then do another damage over here. Now, a little sad about this. Oh! And that one actually crashed into my train. Okay. Something I haven't actually talked about. If you do a couple of moves during your turn, so you do need to do it before you end your turn, you can rewind. So you can do it over if you're like, well, that wasn't good. Okay, so that should take care of that. You'll be fine, but just something... There's a reset button in case you mess up, basically. However, you can do it if you find out you messed up after they start moving, so... I really don't want the slow starter one. You can actually disable modules not to show up at the beginning of the game as well. I'll show that in a second. We're almost done. One way or another. Let's go to the shop. Doesn't matter which shop, because either way, we first get a fight or then the shop, or vice versa. Might actually have been better to do it the other way around, since we can also repair, so we could have repaired just before the boss. And now we're just gonna repair over here. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. So let's repair this one, let's repair that one. Let's see if there's anything we do want to pick. I think this is literally the only module we haven't picked up yet. Gain AP equal to the number of red cards in your hand plus 1. We tend to have a lot of those in our hand. Could be really good, actually. Sure, let's just pick that up. Anything we want to remove? Should we remove this one? Maybe. I don't know. The bogey exchange has come in clutch a couple of times. It's also been useless a couple of times. I don't know. Hot Cask might actually be one of the worst cards in our deck at the moment. Let's stick with what we have. And let's just finish the run now. So 2 more fights to go. Or just 1, if we lose this one. So far we've been doing really well. Okay. No exploding fire flaming trucks, so that's nice. We do have 4 HP enemies now. We have health support trucks. Ah, okay, so this increases the maximum health of all enemy units. Okay. I mean, that just gives me more to shoot at, but... Let's destabilize all of them. It's a little far away, otherwise I could have just killed it. I don't think I can actually reach it right now. Okay. Let's see. That takes care of a lot of problems. This also takes care of a lot of problems. Oh, this is... Okay, so let's cast this one first. Ah, too bad. If we would now have cast the other one, we would have gained, what is it, 4 AP? So that would have been a lot of AP, and we would be able to just keep going. Not that we're not doing that anyway. Okay, that's 2 damage. That kills that one, and then this one kills that one. Do I have anything that can actually reach this guy? Nope. I can do this, though. And that will kill the support truck. I don't have enough AP to do anything else, so let's just cast this one and end the turn. And then this one will probably present itself for a nice, timely death. There we go. Now, I died horribly in my first few runs, and I thought I was really bad at the game. That might still be true, but we can remove another card from our deck, like we said before. Let's just keep it what it is. Do we want to add any of these? Again, Pick and Jester might actually be good, but again, let's just pass up and keep the last fight for what it is. It's been going surprisingly smooth, guys. Flamehounds. It looks like her evil sister. Oh, we finally meet again, Monica. So apparently this is the preferred enemy for this one. I've been waiting. That makes one of us. Oh, she's fire, she's ice. Okay. Well, now we really need to win. Look at the amount of enemies. Okay. It might make sense to actually do this now. Deathly Chill. Apply stun to a unit and give 1 shield to the locomotive. Okay. We could do that on the boss. What does the boss do? Does it do anything special? Okay, so it does do fire. Okay, it's kind of fitting, I guess, to, you know, chill the boss. So that boss doesn't do anything now. Shield Revenge will do damage based on the shield, and this one does have a shield right now, so that's something we could consider as well. And this means this starts charging up again, so that's also something to take into consideration. Is there a nice location where we can do an artillery attack? Maybe. Okay, let's draw some cards. Discard the rightmost card, which is going to be my shield, sure. Okay. I really wish I drew my Ratata a little sooner, because that would have made everything a lot easier. If I do this... and then this, that's going to take care of 2 of those. Okay, so this one will be fine, this one will be fine. So we kind of either... We need to deal with this one. And this one will also take 1 damage. So if we can find one of our protection cards, we're actually good. This is going to solve a lot of issues as well. So now only this one needs to be protected. Oh, there's the bogey. I'm so happy we didn't get rid of you. There we go. Okay, so let's shield... let's play it safe. Let's shield this one up. Oh, and then we discarded the Ratata. I was afraid that was going to happen, but okay. We are fully protected against everything now. So let's hit you. That's not the one I wanted. This one is the one I wanted. This is going to kill that one. It's going to do some damage here. I mean... Okay, okay, not bad. We can kill this one. I think that was pretty optimal. Look at that, we did so much damage, we almost completely loaded back up our emergency valve over there. So we will be able to access that on the next turn as well. It's a random card, so it's not always going to be that stun card that we just drew, but the stun card in particular is now very nice because the boss is just going to sit here this turn. Let's do the blowout again. Yeah, this is a very smooth run so far. That is going to do that. That's a lot of damage. Then let's kill that one, and we are completely safe, so we can just kill you. Actually, don't have anything left to do other than to shield myself. We will get some additional enemies. Well, enemy, singular, so I think we have this under control. Okay. This is the worst starting hand we could have gotten. Let's see what we get. Blizzard. Apply stun to all units within range. So this is actually a better version of the one we just got. So we can stun those two. And the boss is again stunned. She's probably not too happy about that, but that's not my problem. None of this is particularly good though. Let's just give you all a little kick. Let's make sure we keep shooting at the one that's actually a problem. The carpet shot, that will kill that one. And we can do some suppressive fire. There we go. Look at that, I have 7 HP, AP left. It's a little unfortunate. Now the boss is going to take damage from the rock, and the rock is going to kill the boss, so that's kind of nice. So we actually only need to focus on killing the others. I can't actually reach. We don't really need to kill the boss. Let's focus on the other ones. Okay, the phosphorus rounds is in hindsight maybe not the best pick for this particular deck, but okay. We can do this. Let's do this. We can kill you. We don't want to do the blowout because that will move the boss. I don't know. Look, a full fresh hand. Okay, the bogey is changeable, has been really useful. This is actually not going to hit the boss. Can I kill him myself? Maybe. Okay. So, yeah, there we go. Alright. Vengeance is mine. So we actually completed the special quest for this driver, which I think will unlock something new. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but we are going to pierce the fog wall, and I will show you what the progression system in this game is all about. It's pretty similar to most of the other roguelikes. This is why I kept it to the end. I will make sure to put a link in the description noting where the, end is. But yeah, we will level up our carriages that we brought along. You can see I maxed out Foggy now. Well, actually, I think we maxed out all of them now. But I had 2 of them not yet unlocked. That also means we get some additional modules that we can now get in future runs. Draw a card whenever your hand is empty. Would have been really nice to have that this time around. Iron Rain, 1 damage to all units in the range and apply burn. We will also get some spikes. That is because we met certain achievements. So let's continue, because I think we will get an overview for that. Or not. Not entirely sure, actually. Another day in the fog. Okay, yeah. So we completed an order, which is basically an achievement. We won 4 boss encounters. Now we got a new biome discovered, so this is a new type of environment. We defeated her arch enemy playing as Monica, so now we get another module that we can disable to customize our runs. We repaired 50 HP, so we get spikes for that. That means we get a new card. That's the few things we just unlocked. And yeah, so there's different locomotives as well. We need to shield 150 damage. I can't believe I still haven't done that. I need to shield more. I've been mostly focused on dealing damage. But if we do that, we get another locomotive and that we can pick. There's also a locomotive that you need to unlock by ramming units with your train, which I haven't done yet. There's a whole bunch of different carriages. Now, you do have to do special things to unlock those, but for example, you can spend some of the spikes that I just got to unlock them. Sometimes you need to do special assignments, like killing enemies through the environmental hazards. And so everything has its own different type of achievement. And you do need to play a fair amount before you unlock these. So that's something to take into consideration, so you get some mileage out of that as well. You can completely customize the modules that you have available during your runs up to a point, so you can deactivate certain ones. You can buy new ones as well, again with the spikes that you get for doing stuff in the game. So basically, the more you play it, the more you can customize it, the more you can change up how your runs go. The orders will be the one main thing that you use to get those spikes, so you need to push them into the canyons, unlock all the cards, etc. Basically, you just play the game, and this was played on the basic difficulty, but you can make things even more difficult for yourself, which makes sense because, as you could tell, now I've unlocked things and I've gotten a little bit more experience with the game. It felt a little bit easy now. So you could go up and increase the difficulty a little bit more, and then if you complete a run with that, well, there's plenty more higher difficulties to come after that. So all in all, a really nice, interesting roguelike, I think. I really like the aesthetics, I like the gameplay. It's just another card game, kind of like Slay the Spire, crossed with Into the Breach, like I mentioned. If you like this game, you're probably going to like both of those games as well, if you don't already know them. So let me know in the comments what you think about these types of games as well. I might show you more if you guys like it. So anyway, long story short, if you're still here, you're awesome. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I definitely hope to catch you in the next one.